second half of today's show. This next fight is sponsored by Broomby. It's an area title fight. Please put your hands together and welcome to the ring, fighting our Powers NAC, Richard Broomby. Fighting our pride gym. Please welcome Jacob Jones.
Five 2-minute rounds of K1 action for the area title belt. In the blue corner we have Richard Broomby, Powers MAC, in the white shorts, just throwing that first kick and taking Jacob Jones from the Pride Gym in the black shorts to the canvas. Fast start from both men. It's been an excellent show so far from Paul Powers, great matchmaking. And the pace has been fantastic, the cardio excellent from the fights we've seen so far, and it continues here in the big area title. I've seen Richard before, he's an all-action competitor. Jacob, though, although he's on the back foot, is throwing equally as much, just form there for holding the leg. And he got hit with the right hand. That was frustration. He wanted to acknowledge to the referee he didn't mean it. And as he let go and looked at the referee, Richard, who had every right, threw the right hand. And as I said, Richard is a good front foot fighter, likes to put the pressure on. Double jab cross from Jacob, and he does a good job on the back foot here. Although he's backing up, he's constantly looking to keep responding to Richard as he does there. And what it means is a blistering opening round already from both these men. The pace and the power that Richard's putting in, doubling, trebling up to the body there, then coming up to the head. And this is just the opening round of potentially fives. And I said Jacob soaks it up, and then he fires back. Double jab, right cross from Jacob, left and right's coming through from Richard as he pulls forward as well. What an opening round. And I said Richard's forcing the pace, but Jacob throws a lot of leather in response. Superb opening round, and we've potentially got 4 more. Were the area title already, and you can see what I mean when I say that Richard pushes forward, but Jacob consistently fires back. He was on the back foot the whole time, but never stopped throwing his own shots. Richard, for his part, real life wire, pushing forward, asking questions. Superb body shots. 2 of 5. They touch gloves. And Jacob, I thought, was going to push forward, but immediately gives ground. He's obviously a confident counter-puncher and fighter. High kicks, but this time Richard steps into them, and Jacob bounces off the ropes and straight back up. Oh, good left hand from Jacob as he sprung forward there. Richard took that well. Looks to come forward himself now. And again, heavy exchanges from these two men. Richard pushing in, looks to work the body again. The crowd looking to get behind him. Jacob steps forward, gives ground, steps off, looks for the right knee, then the left and right. Already a tremendous amount of punches and kicks being thrown in this bout, and it's only round 2. And as I said, you can see he backs away, he pushes away, but he just keeps the hands pushing forward, Jacob, making it difficult for Richard when he comes forward to get a rhythm really going. Constantly firing back. Richard has to dig deep, and then again just caught first as he went to throw the big right hand. It's a good tactic from Jacob. playing to the actual strength of his opponent. He's using the forward momentum to back off and just throw his own shots. But Richard is dogged, determined. He keeps pushing forward. And under the K1 rules, obviously when everything else is equal and it's all even, you look for the aggressive front foot fight, and that's certainly Richard here. And he's looking to plant to the body and head once more. Jacob gives ground, and every time Richard pushes forward, the crowd get behind him. And look at this from Jacob. And again, round two. Another fantastic phone box moment there where they both just stand and trade shots, neither wanting to give an inch. Two hard-fought rounds down. What a battle this is turning out to be. Midway point round 3 next, and Jacob Jones giving as good as he gets as Richard constantly pushes forward as we knew he would, asking questions, feeding on the hometown support. He's having to take shots to give his own. Midway point round 3. What a battle this has been so far. Jab and low kick, doubles up the low kick. Richard comes in over the top, and as soon as he does, the crowd go crazy. First time the referees had to split them here early in round 3 from push kick from Jacob. Takes the kicking leg there, Richard. Good timing. Look for the bolo right, then looks for the right to the body, and Jacob just starts swinging those arms. Sometimes they are just arm punches. But what he does well is, as Richard comes in, he just keeps them swinging. Just keeps throwing them. Now Richard, different tactic here in round 3, starting to target that lead leg of Jacob. Brings the hands up, then chops at that left thigh. Obviously the corner have said to him, this man's very mobile, very agile, slow him down, and that's good tactics. This is what Richard is doing now. Planting those kicks to the thigh of Jacob and the leg to slow his mobility. Chops low again. Tucks up as Jacob comes back with the punches, throws the right to the body. Listen to the crowd, they're loving this again. Nice technique from Jacob. He's obviously got a table there in the front row. They applaud every moment that he throws a shot. And here they go again, neither man wanting to give ground. Chops low, and then the hands high, Richard. Jacob again throws back, but there checks the kick this time, looks to check again, so Richard follows through and goes for the other leg. Stiff jab, low kick again from Richard. Certainly tactically different from the man in the blue corner. Really peppered Jacob's leg here, and then brings the hands over the top. Just missed with that body shot. Forced onto his back foot once again. Well, what a third round, what a 3 rounds of action so far, and Jacob really had to take those leg kicks consistently as Richard, that change in tactics started to work for him. I felt Jacob slowed in round 3. Penultimate round, round 4. He touched gloves, checks the kick this time. Jacob steps off the centre line, nicely done, fires back. Inside leg kick this time from Richard, steps in, targets that thigh again. Here come the punches in response from Jacob. It's a familiar pattern, but it's an exciting one. It's a crowd-pleasing pattern. They're both in their particular groove, working to the best of their abilities as they've drilled them, and it's giving us a great fight here from these two men. Non-stop again. The cardio superb. The training camps obviously have been spot on. And those low kicks, the crowd applauding each time Richard throws that rear leg low and slaps it in, now into the midsection. And that's what I mean about Jacob just slightly slowing because of that. He's still throwing back, and that's a stiff right hand punch he throws, but Richard is keeping the momentum, the same pace going. And I just think it's becoming difficult for Jacob to stay with, especially the damage he's taken to that left leg. But again, he throws those hands out consistently and really makes Richard work for the successes when he comes in. What a contest. Left round kick this time from Richard. Chops low again, steps forward. Both men, you're not quite the snap they had previously, but you can forgive them after the pace of this match. sheer guts and determination. Now that low kick again, then the right to the body from Richard. Steps in, the right hand over the top, Jacob. Richard, though, keeps pursuing him, keeps pushing him back. What he's saying is, I'm going to force you to work at this pace, whether you like it or not. And you could hear them say to Jacob, 10 seconds. He looks to come in for the Superman punch. Richard sees it. They break without the ref. What a bout with 1 round to go. Excellent area title bout. 4 of 5 down. Both men still there. An incredible amount of work over those previous 4. And there's just 1 left. Great bout. Superb area title. They don't even touch gloves. I don't think there's any malice. They just want to get on with it. And they're tired. And they know there's 1 round between them and finally stopping. Big right to the body from Richard. But again, Jacob, that last round spurs him on now. And again, these are arm punches, but he just keeps them coming. They're being almost thrown from the waist, but they're consistent. And they're forcing Richard to take note of them. He's tucking up tight, throwing his own shots. Listen to the crowd. Going crazy for these two. Richard thought about the kick, thought better through the right hand instead. And these little peppering punches from Jacob, they're like bee stings. They just keep coming. And they're not hurting Richard, but they're grabbing his attention. And he steps forward again. Oh, the bolo right misses. Jacob looks to push him away. Chops to that lead thigh once more. Then the right hand lands cleanly this time to the side of the head from Richard. The crowd loving it. The right hand over the top from Jacob. What a finish. 2 warriors in there. Look at this. Listen to the crowd. This is what you want to see. This is amateur K1 at its best with these two. What a finish to the bout. Incredible. This is Rocky Balboa stuff from these 2 men. After 4 rounds of action to still be doing this. Oh, the right hand over the top from Richard. He's been unstoppable today in this forward motion. No matter what Jacob's thrown back, Jacob has found that Richard has just kept coming forward. Oh, these men deserve the ovation they're going to get at the end. Look at this. You can't ask for more at the end of a bout. This is what that belt means to them. Credit to their clubs. Oh, joy to watch, non-stop. And Richard continues to walk forward through punches. Now they hug. They know. These 2 men know. What a bout from these 2. Richard, the forward action, the non-stop aggression. He earns it, but what a battle. Hats off to both these men. Incredible stuff.